Hello everyone and welcome to Opening Drive. I'm Tyler Griever, he's Andrew Kaufman. Andrew, we are chock full of spirit today.
That's right, Tyler. We are locked and loaded with all kinds of high school pride, but not as much as one Mexico Bulldog.
You hear them every Friday night. You see their pom-poms shine in the bright lights, and you always expect them to be spirited. Cheerleaders are as synonymous with a Friday night high school game as much as anything else. And at Mexico High School, no one embodies what it means to cheerlead as much as Kelsey Hobbs.
It was her smile and her spirit. She just had this wonderful, cheerful way of cheering on the crowd.
Kelsey Hobbs has always been filled with spirit.
She's always been upbeat. She's always been real happy. She's very loving, hugs a lot, loves to hug.
She glows so much that you would never be able to tell what she's been through.
We, of course, found out when she was born that she had Down syndrome. We struggled for 3 years with an ASD, which is a condition of the heart.
She was born with a hole in her heart, and you know, we went to one of the best people once again at the university. He said if we're lucky, that hole will close by her 4th birthday and we won't have to do surgery, and it did.
As Kelsey grew, she developed a love for watching football with her dad and for sports in general.
And eventually it evolved into that I found out that she's sitting with the cheerleaders every day at lunch at school. And she would come in here and then she would start kicking and touching her hip with her toe, with her hand. And
They had 6 cheerleaders at a football game last year, and they cheered for 1 quarter.
Mexico High School cheerleading coach Linda Malott was immediately impressed.
She loves to cheer. When I was watching her doing special needs, she's just amazing.
So Kelsey tried out, and she made it.
I'm not sure she could believe me. And every day, Mom, cheerleader, Mom, cheerleader. And now that she is, when we meet someone, she'll say, Mom, cheerleader. She wants me to tell everyone that she's a cheerleader, so she's very proud.
Now that she is, the coach and other cheerleaders can't imagine the squad without her.
Kelsey's the heart and soul of this squad. She keeps everybody motivated and upbeat. If we have a bad day, she puts us all in a good mood. She keeps us unified.
Kelsey has brought a lot of joy to the squad. She is a smile on our faces. Even before she was a cheerleader, she was always cheering with us at the games, always kicking at the pep rallies.
But at home, Kelsey is so much more than a cheerleader.
Can you make that?
She's a rock collector and artist.
Oh, good girl.
She's an animal lover. She's a basketball player. And she's a thrill seeker. Kelsey enjoys every joyful second of her life, and her parents couldn't be prouder.
Well, now I can't talk with that because I'm going to cry. It's very exciting. I take my phone and just about record every single cheer.
I'm extremely proud for her because she's worked hard. She really has.
All in all, Kelsey is the spirit of the Mexico Bulldog cheerleading squad. If you ever ask her how that feels, the answer is simple.
It's awesome.
Tyler.
Kelsey's parents repeatedly praised the Mexico school system for the opportunities it has provided Kelsey. This is also Linda Malott's first year as the high school cheer coach at Mexico.
Usually the theme in football is all about we, or how there's no I in team. But Coach Jason Ambrosian of the Moberly Spartans is teaching his kids a totally different mantra this season.
Like if you're dependable, accountability, just stuff like that. That's what Coach Amber preaches to us every day.
Coach Jason Ambrosian is using a new philosophy with his football team this season.
I am basically means I am accountable. You can trust me. You want to be able to look to the person next to you and say, I can trust you to come out here and make the play.
The theme has brought the team closer together than ever.
Well, it's an extension of my family. One thing I promise all of our parents here is that I'm going to treat these kids the way I'm going to treat my own.
I mean, this is the closest I think our football team has ever been.
With 9 starters out to start the season, Ambrosian is trying to motivate his boys to be the best they can be.
I wanted our kids to understand that each and every one of them is important, and not only important to their teammates, but to their families and to the coaches and to the school, and that every interaction that we have with each other is very viable.
With the loss of many seniors last year, Ambrosian hopes this mindset will help some of the young men step into leadership roles.
We tried to center on the fact that we are accountable, not only to each other, but to ourselves.
Coach Ambrosian is hoping this mantra will help his kids after they graduate and throughout the rest of their lives. Mary Kate Burgess, KOMU 8 Sports, Moberly.
The Moberly Spartans are 0-2 on the season, and take on the Kirksville Tigers at home this Friday at 7 p.m. Coming up, you get decked out in costumes, and we salute you.
It's our first weekly fan segment. You don't want to miss it. Here on Opening Drive, we think Friday Night Fever is much more than just a football game.
It's about the atmosphere, the tailgate, the band, the cheerleaders, the parents, and who could forget the student sections?
That's right, Andrew. Friday, we went out searching for some craziness in the stands from high school football's biggest fans, and I would like to start with Moberly. Like many others, when I envisioned college, one of the parties I thought I would go to was a toga party. Maybe I should have been cool enough to do it in high school, because that is exactly what Moberly Spartan students did on Friday night. They channeled their inner 300 and shouted, "This is Sparta," across the land. Just glorious stuff, Andrew. On that note, it's time to compare those fans to some famous toga wearers. First up, obvious choice, Julius Caesar. That one's for the history books. Next, Bluto, personal favorite of mine, from Animal House. And finally, just for you, Moberly, a Spartan in his own right, King Leonidas from 300.
What's better than togas? I got you right here. 80s night at Rockbridge High School this past Friday night. The fever was hotter than ever. These fans were rocking out. From the shoes to the earrings, the hats and glasses, and yes, even the mustaches. The Bruins had it going on. They were loud and proud as they watched their team annihilate DeSmet High School. But how did they compete against the 80s biggest stars, Michael Jackson, John Stamos, and even David Bowie? Tyler, it's tough. It's tough. Those are some big names.
I'm going to be honest with you. The mustache guy creeped me out. Like, that's really creepy.
It
Like
was
how
fake,
he,
though.
it wasn't just that he stroked the mustache. It was like really slow, and I didn't know how to
Right
react
for
to
our
that.
cameras, you know.
That kind of looked like out of it was a David Bowie video, probably. It could have been in one, if you know David Bowie stuff.
Well, I do, but
Do you?
I mean, we'll have to ask him, I guess.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Maybe we'll watch the
But
show.
look, that's enough about last week. It's time to look forward to this week. We'll have F&F previews coming up next.
Welcome back. Game of the week this week is Hickman at Jefferson City, the second oldest rivalry west of the Mississippi.
Not a bad history lesson there, Andrew. This year, the Cupies will travel to Adkins Stadium to face the Jays. And after a rough week 1 for Hickman, week 2 looked promising at first as they came out to an early 17-0 lead. But then Missouri commit Drew Locke took over and stole the show. So now the Cupies are off to an 0-2 start. Andrew, this game is so important for Hickman. It is absolutely crucial to not fall in that 0-3 hole. If that happens, sound the alarm on the Cupies.
You certainly wouldn't think the season would go this way for the Cupies so far after talking to them at the beginning of the season. But as for the Jays, week 1 was a success, but week 2, anything but rainbowy. Jeff City could not get anything going offensively against a stout CBC team. They kept it close in the first half, but CBC took the game over once the third quarter hit. Jeff City is liking its chances, though, against Hickman, but the Cupies are searching for some rivalry revenge.
I'm an old Cupie, so, you know, old Cupies and old Jays, we're, you know, it's second oldest high school rivalry west of the Mississippi. You know, there's a little bit of animus there. There's a lot of respect there, Coach LePage and that Jay program. But, you know, old Cupies, you know, we get excited about playing Jeff City.
We're really looking forward to that. And last year they got us, but this year we've been busting tail, and we're going to get them back this year.
They're going to be a good team this year, but I think how we're going right now, our team, we're doing pretty well, and I think we can get the job done.
They usually stop me every time we play, and I'm getting tired of it. I get tired of getting stopped.
We'll be at 9 other games this week, including Rockbridge at Battle, Louisiana at Centralia, Southern Boone at Hallsville, Kirksville at Moberly. Tyler, take over.
And then we go Bowling Green at North Callaway, Brookfield at Marceline, Fulton at MMA, California at Versailles, and Kennedy at Tolton. Now, we talked about the atmosphere of our high school football community earlier, Andrew, and I think this next piece sums that up.
Every week, we're going to put together some of the best sounds and plays to kind of tie a bow on the gift of high school football. It's called Sights and Sounds, and we hope you enjoy.
All I need is that. On base right to the outside.
Boylan is a proud supporter of Hickman football. Centralized pass complete.
You can't let him do that. Come on!
Man, if that doesn't get your juices flowing, I don't know what does. That'll do it for our show this week. Thank you for tuning in. Next week, I'm going to try and wear a toga.
I don't think I want to see that.
Why?
Same time, same place next week. Yeah, we're just going to end it right now. We'll see you guys next week.